All right, today is Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. I'm going to do a review of the price action on the Russell this morning on my AbleTrend charts and the trades that I took. Right at market open, we were on a buy signal right here. I stayed out of this. There's really no valid entry here, just a long blue bar. I have a tough time jumping in there. And so I sat on my hands there and kind of watched price kind of move about and pull back into all of this support. We bounced off that support and got a 1 minute buy signal right here. This one was tough to sit through. We got up to, I was in around 15.6 or so, 15.7, and we got up to a high of 21. So I had a good 5, I had a little over 5 points of profit at one point. And the past couple of days I've been locking in something, and this one I was optimistic to let it run, and that's exactly what I did. And it just didn't work out. I had my stop down here at this second level. Perhaps I could have moved it up here. So I was stopped out right here for pretty much a full loss, full stop out from where I started. I didn't really adjust my stop just because I didn't really have an opportunity to. Price was kind of bouncing around, but slowly trickling to the upside. And I think in hindsight, I wish I would have put a stop underneath this bar right here. We got this push to the upside, and I wish I would have just adjusted my stop to lock in a little something, to allow it to still run, but protect myself if it did pull back. So that one was tough to swallow to start the day, just because I was in profit for pretty much the whole trade, and didn't lock anything in. But at the end of the day, I followed AbleTrend's rules, and so can't be too upset about that. We pulled back down after I got stopped out, and we printed a triple confirmation sell signal right here. Again, in hindsight, I don't love the way this looks, but it was a valid signal, so I was short right here at 1907.8 or so. I put my stop above the 3 minute sell signal which was right in this area. Of course, as you can see, it pulled back and got stopped out for about 3 points or so. So it was a pretty brutal start to the day. I was, kind of really feeling that first trade, and then another stop out there. So I was down a good 6 points or so, 6 and change. But I was happy with the fact that I stuck with it and jumped back in right here. Put my emotions aside, got a valid short sweet spot right here, pulled back up here, got red bar, red oscillator. And this was a wild ride because I was short. I think I got a little slippage. I was like at 1907.7. And this thing just dove down really quickly. And I told myself that I was going to trade the chart, don't lock anything in despite the impulse move. So I had my stop up here, a couple points above my entry bar. And as you can see, I came after this strong move to the downside, it retreated really quickly and came very close to my, sorry about that, came very close to my stop loss. It didn't hit it. It respected this resistance level, and then we took off to the downside. My patience paid off. I had a 10-point profit target down here, and that hit. Didn't go too much further past that. And so that was a great trade. It made up for those two losses that stung pretty good, and then some. And then I called it a day after that. In terms of my emotion, at that point, I was pretty worn out, just of the ups and downs of the morning. Probably need to work on putting that aside, but that's reality. But I was really happy with this trade and how I stuck with it. And as I mentioned, I think in one of my earlier videos this week, the Russell team tends to run about 10 to 12 to 14 points or so and then pull back. So I like to have that 10-point profit target out there so that I can hit that before it retreats back to the support or the resistance level. Just really quickly, I stopped after that trade, but just a monster trend right here. It was slow, but from entry at 97.8 to the low of that was about what were we looking, 13, 14 points or so. About 13 points or so. Obviously, you wouldn't capture that whole thing, but that was a great trend that I missed out on. It was a little bit later in the morning, came at 8:20 Pacific time, but another great trend. Also later on in the day, monster buy signal. That started kind of all the way back here. You might have gotten stopped out earlier on in the trend, but there's opportunities to jump back in on the sweet spots, and then that thing just ran. So it was zooming out, kind of a wild day. Had some fake outs to the long side early, sold off big time, and then recouped all of those losses. So interesting day today, but I was happy with the way I traded. So that was Thursday, February 23rd, 2023.